Good morning, 4B. Well, I did not expect to be doing this again this side of Christmas. This was not my plan. I'm so sorry that I'm not with you in person. I'm here on the screen, which I know is not quite the same. And I wish I was with you and I wish I'd been with you yesterday. Unfortunately, there's been a COVID case in my son's class, so I've had to stay at home. But hopefully, I'm going to be here to help you with your learning virtually this morning, which will be a bit strange. I'm trying to imagine you all sat in your seats. Hopefully, you're all sat quietly. You're all listening. No one's fiddling or out of their seats. Everyone, hopefully, has been listening to Mrs. B and Mrs. Shuard because that's really important. They are my eyes and ears on the ground at the moment, and I can't thank them enough for being there and doing everything that they're doing. Thank you so much. You're very lucky to have them, 4B. So, today, English, first lesson this morning. We're going to be continuing with our work, ending our Varjak Paw work that we've been doing for a while. The last lesson you had with Mrs. Humphrey, you were planning a character description, all about your own character from Varjak Paw. I was in school on Wednesday, and after school I went into 4B and spent some time with Mrs. Humphrey and had a look in some of your books. So I've seen that you've done your character description. I've seen that you've also spent some time reading a model text, an example of what your character looks like. If you've got your English books in front of you, or when you get your English books, you should be able to see that written text and your plan that you've put together, which is pretty much what I'm going to talk through this morning. So we're going to talk about writing a character description, and we're going to be thinking about pulling together all of the work, however disjointed it's been this term, that we've been doing. Our success criteria I've put on the board to help us remember what we've got to do. Lots of us were challenged, especially through Google Classroom, to use paragraphs in our writing. Lots of people had that written on their parents' evening form as well, that now, rather than just writing in straight sentences, we want to try and see some cohesion in your writing, where we have it in subject paragraphs almost. That's what we're looking for. I want to see you using some similes in your writing. And I know, because Mrs. Humphrey has told me, that Ivy has especially used some amazing similes on her plan. So I'm very much looking forward to reading that. And if anyone wants to magpie into her book today, that sounds like a great idea. We're also going to be using some expanded noun phrases. We worked on that long before our last period of isolation, feels like 100 years ago, but we did. And there is examples in your book to help you out with that. And we're going to think about using fronted adverbials. Through Google Classroom during our last isolation, you guys showed me how wonderful you were at fronted adverbials. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing how we're going to have those appearing in our writing today. So this is the example that you were given by Mrs. Humphrey. It should be in your book, and I'm hoping you've kind of annotated it and written all over it. I'm going to read through it one time. Just make sure that we're happy with everything that's written in there. So, under a mound of cardboard boxes lived a unique creature. At first look, fronted adverbial, very nice, you might think that she is an ordinary tabby cat, but there is more to this ginger feline than that. I quite like feline as another word for cat, really good. Her name is Vardella. Oh, I nearly couldn't say that then. And her eyes are as blue as the ocean, simile, and are as intense as a spotlight, another simile. Proudly, fronted adverbial, she is always licking her orange and white fur to make it slick and smooth. Definitely some expanded noun phrases. Her movements match her fur, and she can sneak under any fence or barrier. Vardella is an excellent hunter, and the mice of the city live in fear of her and her claws as quick as a cobra. Simile. Unfortunately, fronted adverbial, Vardella has no one to share her nightly feast with, as she lives alone with no friends or family. Why is she all alone? No one knows, as no one dares to ask her. It is rumours that she used to have a best friend called Susie, but they then became one of the oh no, my picture's in the way and I can't read the rest of it. I'm sure you've got it in your book so you're able to finish the sentence. Vardella eats her prey, licks her fur, and settles under the damp and something, trying to keep warm and thinking of Susie. I'm really hoping you've got that in front of you, 4B, because I couldn't read the end of that, unfortunately. There were some really lovely examples of the things we need to put into our writing today that matches our success criteria. Okay, you had a plan which looks like this. Your plan is written all over because you've come up with amazing ideas. The ideas I saw briefly in your books looked amazing. So I'm really looking forward to learning about your character. This is like your warm right towards our talk for writing, where you've had lots of ideas and you're kind of starting to pull them together. This is your chance to show Mrs. Humphrey and I and the other adults in the room what you've learned in English in the last half term. So you're really excited by reading Varjak Poor. You're really close to the end and it's really, really exciting at the end. Think about the characters in those stories and why you love them, your character that you've designed. And you're going to use your plan to write an example, and the writing example in your book to write your own character description of your cat. So remember the success criteria. We were going to write in paragraphs, just like the example I've shown you and you have in your books. You're going to use similes. You're going to use expanded noun phrases, and you're going to use fronted adverbials. I think 3 fronted adverbials within your writing would be really nice. I think 2 similes would be great, 2 paragraphs, and maybe 2 expanded noun phrases. If you could do that, that would be brilliant. Now, I know that you had a tough day yesterday without me being there, but I know that Mrs. B and Mrs. Shuard really helped you out. I know you've now seen me on the screen, so you know what I'm expecting. I know that they're going to let me know at lunchtime and at break time and after school just how well you guys have all got on today. So I'm really looking forward to hearing how you get on with your writing. Stay in your seats whilst you're doing your writing. I am watching. And please make sure that you're trying your very best. I really look forward to hearing how you get on. And I'll be back later on this screen, just like some kind of celebrity, to do your science lesson this afternoon. Okay, be good, be kind, make sure you're listening. Good luck, 4B.